Hello, folks. Going live here with a pre-show here tonight for the Avata 360 special here, and I got another guest in the back room here, going to be part of the pre-show here. Here's all the way from in Texas. Here, he's probably near Austin tonight.
Actually, I'm close to Fort Worth. I'm in Bedford, my old hometown, my old Irving, Texas, Bedford.
Oh, Fort Worth! Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Came up here. I've got about. My wife and I have about 5 or 6, 8 or 10 doctor's appointments this week, catching up on.
Okay. Oh, wow. So you're in the old stomping grounds.
Exactly.
How is Fort Worth? Has it changed a lot since you used to live there?
Not a change. No, I moved from here last August, July. So.
Okay. Yeah. So, Mike, I'm going to go down the list here. We got some people in the back room already. Let's see here. Barkley and Tanya were in at 247, 238. They're not here now, but John Coopy posted at 837. He said Avata Nation. Yeah, going to be a little Avata Nation tonight, John. And we got DroneNation in here. He's saying hello to everybody. DroneNation says hello to John. We got George Kelly in here. Hello, George. Mike, do you know where George lives?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't know either. And DroneNation lives in I've heard about. I forget, where does DroneNation live?
He's fairly close to Muskogee, where Lloyd is, but not in Muskogee.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Northeastern Oklahoma, I believe.
Okay. We got D.D. Fellows in here. He's in Utah.
Hello, Phil.
And DroneNation's me. Mike, you're in here. You're currently in Fort Worth, but you're going to be in Austin area
back in Austin.
Time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we got Johnny Drone Flyer in here. He says hello, everyone. I think John's going to join us tonight. He was on assignment last week, but I think he's going to be on the show tonight with us. Didi says I couldn't help myself. I was going to wait until I got back to Florida. It sounds like Didi put an order in with our good friend Miss Chan over there in China.
Yep.
And here's another here. DONOKINE. I don't know how you pronounce that name. Dikane. Sorry if I mispronounced it there. We got RJ Redding in here. RJ's in Florida. I don't know how close he is to me in Jupiter, but I know RJ's down here in Florida. There's Lauren up there in Calgary, Canada. There, I hope it's warming up there now. Let's see who else. We got Ken in here. Ken Torbeck, welcome in, Ken. We got Marcus joining us in the pre-show here. Marcus is going down saying hello to everybody in the chats tonight. We got Orange Sports 71 in here with us. Let's see here. Who else is in here? Buckeye Drones. That's our good friend Rick. Yeah, Rick. What's Rick's last name? Rick Williams. Rick Williams. Williamson. Yeah. Thank you, Mike. And let's see. Didi's saying hi, RJ, Oren. Hi, and Marcus. So we got a good group in here already. And Tanya was almost first in here. Marcus, Tanya would have been first, but guess who beat her? Barkley.
Oh, I was thinking maybe Johnny Drone Flyer.
Well, that was, they both were at 247 or something like that. So they early bird catches the worm out there. So, and the Dale Keene is from Hawaiian Island. Marcus, you've been to Hawaii a couple times, right?
A couple times, yeah. It's beautiful, beautiful state.
Was that the 50th state or the 49th state? Well, what state was that, Marcus?
That was the 50th state. Yeah,
50th state.
Alaska was 49. Hawaii was 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
we were on the Big Island of Hawaii. Stayed on the Kona side. It was lovely.
Mike, have you ever been out to Hawaii?
I've never been there. I've been wanting to go, but haven't made it there one of these days.
Right. It's not quite as big as Texas as a state, huh?
Not quite. It's spread apart though. It's several hundred miles apart here.
Well, I'll tell you, the Big Island of Hawaii it's a big. You can spend all day driving there if you want. I mean, it's good size.
And I think the island chain is 500-600 miles apart, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Marcus posted a video where I grew up in Captain Cook's monument. I remember that video, Marcus.
I'll tell you what,
Cook.
that was a beautiful area. We stopped at a little state park there, and then we just found a kind of a remote part of the beach to take off and fly from. I kind of wish I'd hiked down to the Captain Cook monument. I was a little bit concerned. I'd read some stuff that it was kind of hard to get down to and so forth. So anyway, I wish I'd have done it though.
Welcome into the pre-show, Bill. How are you tonight?
Hey guys.
Hello, Bill.
Yeah, we're still working the pre-show here, going down the list here. We have a gentleman, I've never seen him here before. Dale Key, he's from Hawaii, and he saw Marcus's video on Captain Cook's monument, and he grew up right around there.
Oh wow. Very cool.
Bill, have you ever been to Hawaii?
No, never been to Hawaii.
You don't know what you're missing.
Well, if my scratch offs come through, that's going to be on our bucket list.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, one of the other bucket list items for traveling for us, we really want to do the Band of Brothers tour over in Europe. It stops where every one of these places where they fought in World War II. We just absolutely, It's my favorite TV series ever. Just one of the best. And because my dad was in World War II. I mean, it just really resonates. And yeah, that tour per person, $7,000 a piece. So,
oh boy,
it's not plus airfare.
If you compare that to like cruises and stuff, that's probably not that bad.
It's really good because they take you by bus everywhere. That includes your hotel, 2 meals a day, touring all the sites. So, and plus you have one of the Ambroses who Stephen Ambrose did the Band of Brothers back. It was done 25 years ago. I was having a hard time believing that. It was 25 years ago. And my son-in-law, he actually met a number of them. The real Band of Brothers did a USO tour when he was over in Kuwait, and he got to meet several of them. I was like, I told him, I said, you're royalty as far as I'm concerned. You got to meet these guys. These guys are my heroes. Just incredible.
Cool. We got John Finnan here with us now. Hello, John. Oh, Bill Grace. Bill Grace stopped by too. Oh, and look, we have Louisiana's top strawberry grower doing us in the chat here. He may have a basket of strawberries to hand out after the show to everybody.
I do have, man. They're smelling up the house. I can tell you that, man.
Oh, you're bad. That's bad. That's just bad. They're not even in the back room, and you have them. That's like, Ron, do something about that.
I tell you what, I was watching Ron Brown vlog. I was watching your vlog, Ron. That's why I was.
Did you notice I did that entirely on the Neo too? There's no need for action cameras anymore, Johnny. There's no need for microphones. I just use the iPhones. That's all you need anymore. The Neo 2.
Yeah, very nice.
Hey, I'm going to drop out. I want to change my name on here, so hang on a sec.
Go ahead, Bill. We're about ready to start the show, but we'll wait for you, I think.
What's up, Marcus? Mike?
Hello, Johnny.
Now, John, did you go out to that friend of yours that has that strawberry farm?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Well, clearly you've been watching Ron's videos, Johnny, but Ron hasn't been watching yours.
Well, he's a busy man. He's on vacation.
He's on, yeah.
Well, I only get my videos in the morning, so if he posts in the afternoon, I will see it tomorrow morning.
No, the berries are beautiful, man. They're coming in, man. They're just tons of berries. I mean, it is unbelievable.
Rick Williams has a question for you, Johnny.
Yeah. I'm a 3D print some berries for Mr. Rick Williams. I need to bring some. I really do. Yeah, I might have to pick up a flat Monday because I'm gonna drive the whole thing Tuesday. So yeah.
Cool. Well, listen, we're going to go and get started. Bill's trying to get his name situated here, but we're going to. Here he's back. He's back.
I'm
Bill,
back.
you're just
There
in
we
time.
go.
We're about ready to start the official show. So,
All right.
let me get my notes here. Folks, get ready. 3, 2, 1, and welcome into DroneNation for March 30th, 2026. It's the DJI Avata 360 had landed show. This is going to be one of our biggest shows of the year. This is our first DJI drone release of 2026. And according to some people's prognostications, it's the last DJI drone ever, even though we know better. But that's what a lot of clickbaiters will tell you. But it's going to be a big show tonight. We've never seen anything like this before from DJI. So, and we do have a special guest tonight. DJI drone experts, Mike Wright and Bill, the drone reviewer, are on the panel tonight with us to help us digest all
Johnny's
the...
an expert.
Oh no,
Johnny's a strawberry expert tonight.
Yeah, but Johnny's not a special guest; he's a regular.
Oh, okay.
He's a regular special guest.
We could call him a regular special guest DJI expert. That's a big title.
Yeah.
Barkley called me special today. You know, that's the second time I've been called special today.
Well, if Barkley calls you special, then that's it. It doesn't get any better than that.
Of course, with all those titles, we can't afford to pay him. Though is the problem. So I don't have a whole bunch of fluffy stuff. I don't have deals of days or birthdays. So we want to get right into the meat of this conversation. We don't have even a couple of little stories, but the main focus of the show will be the new Avata drone. And I got a list here of kind of like stuff I'm going to go over as far as questions I see on videos and whatever. And then I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to get everybody's opinion of what they saw Thursday and what videos they watched and what they think of the drone. I'm going to just run down a quick list of things that I see people keep asking again on Facebook and Twitter and even in videos. Of course, we know it was launched on Thursday, 3/26, just last Thursday. We had our show here. If you want to go watch the replay of our launch party, it's out there. I don't have a link for it, but if you found this show, you can find that show. So, okay. Just a couple of quick bullet points, and what we could discuss them bigger when we're going through talk about impressions. It will not fly in full acro mode at this time. Kelly Shores attempted to do it, but he actually broke his lens. One of his lenses trying to do it. So you really can't do it. I said at this time, whether they're ever going to add full acro mode, who knows? It will not work for the DJI RC 2 Pro controller at this time. At this time, doesn't say it won't get updated in the future. It's noisier than the Avata too. A couple of guys have done noise tests, including Ian in London, and if you don't like the noise of the Avata 2, it's even noisier. Not sure when it actually starts shipping. I mean, only people who were sent the drone have this time. Nobody actually paid for it, seems to have yet, or they haven't posted YouTube videos. Single lens mode is only available in FPV mode. So if you switch to single lens mode, you're going to get, it's like you're flying the Avata around. It's not going to have that straight horizon. After reframing, you're left with about 1080p video quality. Now, you could take that 1080p and upload it to YouTube at 4K, but when you do your reframing and you crop it in, you're going to knock the 8K file down to about a 1080p. And real world battery life seems to be around 15 or 16 minutes off the stated 23 minutes flight time. So yeah, that's just some quick hitters here. People keep asking these questions over and over, so I just threw them out there real fast. Marcus, let's go to you first. You were a part of our launch party on Thursday. I understand why, because it was 3 a.m. in the morning for you. But what was your impressions of the launch and all the detail? We knew so much in advance because they were allowed to put teasers out. But you watched a lot of the videos by the influencers. What's your impression of the drone overall, and what did you like about it? What didn't you like about it?
Well, first off, with regard to when it's going to ship, Johnny and I both ordered from Evelyn, and I know mine is already shipped. So it's coming from China, and I don't know. Who knows when it'll arrive, but. Probably the day I leave for Florida.
That's what I'm
thinking.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, there's not a standard release date. It seems like everybody talked to a different date.
Right.
Yeah.
So with regard to the drone itself, I see it as a niche product. It's going to be a tool in our holster that we'll use. If you're expecting an FPV drone, you're going to be disappointed because it's not going to do when you put it in easy acro, it doesn't do flips and stuff. It just does it on that 360 camera via software. So understand that. If you're an FPV flyer, keep your Avata 2, or I don't know. A lot of people tell me the Avata 1 is the one that you want to use if you're serious about flying manual FPV. But the feature that attracts me is the focus track suite and the tracking feature where you can give it a point of interest. And then
free tracking, I think, is what you're
free
getting at, right?
You can just fly the drone around, and you're going to be able to keep that point of interest in center of frame. So
amazing! It's amazing.
Well, it'll be handy for, but again, I see that as a niche thing. I mean, how often are you going to use it? But when you do want to use it, I think it'll be cool. The other thing that I can see where I might get some use out of it is like when I fly at the Snake River Canyon, I can fly forward and make sure I don't run into the side of anything, but then I can reframe it and look at the side of the canyon and look at some of the features of that. That's just something I thought of. So those are the kind of things that I think it'll be useful for. The way my brain works, I'm a linear person, and 360 kind of drives me a little batty just thinking about it. So I like being able to frame the shot on the controller while I'm flying and call it good. So it's not going to replace any other drone for me, but that single battery version is what I purchased. It is going to be another tool in my holster to be able to get some good video.
Marcus, before I move on, I want to ask you this. I think I gathered the information watching the videos. When you do that free tracking mode where you're tracking the subject, no matter whether you're looking at it or not, that you'll be able to, did I hear somebody say you'll be able to export that video without reframe it, that free tracking stuff? Is that your understanding too?
That's my understanding too. Yeah. But I mean, what here's the thing: when we get it in our hands, that's when we'll figure out what we like and don't like about it. But just watching a few videos, obviously, that's what I've come up with.
Yeah, you got possibilities, whatever. Thank you, Marcus. Good analysis. Mike Wright, again, you were with us for that launch Thursday morning. I'm sure you watched a lot of the videos, the big influencers. What are your impressions, good and bad, you've seen from this already?
I think it's good. Again, like Marcus, I think it's going to be a niche product, but I don't see flying the single camera. It's going to be of much benefit. Even the resolution, I don't think, is the same as our camera. Now, again, I think it's going to be an exciting drone to learn to fly with and to edit, but it's not going to be somebody that wants to fly and then post immediately, because they're going to have to edit the 360. I kind of did the same thing this morning. I waited for Amazon to see what they would announce this morning on the sale, and they did come out 7 o'clock sharp. They came out they had 2 of the combos listed, but neither of them were available at 7 o'clock sharp. 6:50 to 5, they weren't available. I mean, they weren't even posted. So they just posted basically in the comments that they're coming, but they're not available now.
Yeah, basically
so
just a placeholder. Just a placeholder.
I called Evelyn, contacted Evelyn, and I ordered from her, and she graciously, I mean, due to our good friends Johnny and John Flynn, she did inform me. I told her, go ahead. They're such great friends and great, wonderful people, to go ahead and put their orders on hold and send me mine first. And she said, no problem. She said she'd take care of that.
Yeah. I got proof of that too, right here. Somebody texted me about it.
Yeah, I know. I had to let John and John Flynn know. John Flynn responded. Johnny ignored me. So anyway, mine's been shipped out tomorrow morning. She said she'd ship it morning.
Congrats, Mike.
It was late for her when at 7 o'clock our time.
One comment. We've all made a friend with Evelyn, haven't we?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, the irony, not the irony, coincidentally, when I first started talking to her, I ordered the Neo 2 from her. When our chat came up, it came up with some history from about 5 years ago. She was working for FEMI, and I was working with her on FEMI stuff years ago. Yeah, small world.
So she's got some history in drones then.
She does. Yeah.
That's good to hear, actually. She knows what she's doing then.
Yeah. And been around the drones for a while. Johnny, let's go to you. What are your impressions of the DJI Vive 360? Because you weren't there Thursday. You had a prior commitment, but you probably watched a lot of the videos on it and gathered a lot of information.
I did. I'm kind of like Marcus. I mean, till we get it in our hands, and I think every drone that you get is basically, if you use it, I say maybe for what it's used for, or it's like we're tech guys. Marcus says it all the time, and I'm going to order it. I did order it. It's already shipped. So hey, I can't wait to get it. And the 360 thing is kind of like Marcus. Kind of scares me a little bit, but we'll figure it out, and I think it'll be a great drone to fly. It's just maybe something a little different, and the views that you can get with that thing, especially, I got some ideas for some videos and stuff, or some great views. I think it'll be fun.
Johnny, Bill Grace has a question. I'll throw it to you. He wants to know how to contact Evelyn. Yeah,
just go to Facebook and pull up Evelyn Chan. It's easy to find, and she'll matter of fact, I guess it's daylight in China now. So
Droney Oki dropped a link in the
okay.
Yeah, thank you, Drone Oki.
And guys, I will say, she sent me a text the other day, and we don't know, and Marcus actually maybe kind of knows what she was doing before and all, but she's just a small time, I say, business person, and listen, some of her prices, they vary from day to day. And, because she, I think she's got prices, and as Bill, you say it all the time, you can pull up something on eBay and 15 minutes later, the price will change. So, the price that she's got is basically incredible on most items. There's a few items she's really close to retail, but a lot she's below. But, hey, don't try to beat her up on price. Or I think we got a great friend and a great way to get stuff. And, man, she's been incredible. She sends you videos of your product while she's wrapping it up. She's going to send you the tracking, which the tracking is a little weird to track, but believe me, it comes the final. I got two Neo 2 batteries today from her. The final leg is always, for me, has been United States Postal Service.
Right.
So, but you know what? I think she's working hard. And that day, Ron, while y'all were on, she, of course, I was asking if she was going to get it. And she's actually breaking some fly more combos to sell the drone in one battery. She let me know about 3 times that, it's going to be an open box or whatever. So she's very honest and very, and I appreciate that.
Hey, Johnny, I want to add one more thing, because what you said was important. She works on very small margins. Her margins are very small. And we, as a group in the United States, because we cannot buy through normal channels.
Absolutely.
We're lucky to have her. We're lucky to have a contact like Evelyn to be able to buy these products at a reasonable price. So like Johnny said, don't abuse it. Don't beat her up on price or whatever. She tells you a price. If you like it, buy it. If you don't, then don't. But don't. We want to keep her on our side.
Yeah, I mean, for instance, if you pay $89 for a battery the next day, it might be $79 or it might be $99. But
depends on where she purchases, because she's buying stuff out there. Yeah.
So she's I tell you what, she's been for us, go back just a year or so ago, man. Who would think we'd be ordering from somebody in China personally? So not even eBay, is Facebook. And she used
PayPal. We're lucky to have her.
We're lucky, absolutely. I mean, I made a great purchase on an RC2 Pro. I think it was $932. I mean, and I think she had them another day for like $949. Okay, so I got mine for a little bit cheaper, but it's still a great price,
Yeah, my experience with her has been fantastic. I mean, she responded to me within 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and she sent me the PayPal invoice. I sent it back another minute and a half. She said it was paid. Everything's good. And this was late in the evening for her, probably, because it's 7 o'clock Eastern Central Time.
Yeah, she uses the PayPal. There's a little fee, but there's no tax and it's free shipping. So you can't write. I mean, for me, I pay 10.25% tax. So on something $1,000, I just saved $100 right there. You know,
Yeah, I pay it in a quarter. I know, I understand that.
But Johnny, I know that you report that on your tax return at the end of the year. So
I think we got a bad connection.
Good on you.
Well, Marcus, we don't have that problem in Texas. We don't have a state tax to report it on. There's no way to report it.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And Johnny may file his taxes. He may file his taxes in Texas, so he's probably good.
I'm gonna start doing that. That's a good idea. Look, I got my Texas shirt on, Kelly Shores.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, ain't truth the fact that Evelyn will be at the South Florida Drone Meetup?
No, she won't be at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
too busy.
I'm too darn busy.
She's busy. She is definitely busy. She is definitely busy. I don't even know how she could keep up with her text and stuff right now, man. It's incredible.
You got to hire some people on here, but I'm gonna go over the bill. You were there Thursday morning for the launch, and
Right.
we kind of had a false start Thursday morning. It was a little bit later than we thought it was, but
Right.
you've seen all the information. You've watched a lot of the reviews. Now that you have time to digest it, what do you think? Pros and cons to the drone?
Well, I'm going to start off with this. What I did was after we were done, I scoured eBay and I messaged a bunch of those people out there on eBay, and almost all of them said that they were not going to ship until April the 10th. That's both China and Japan. And then Evelyn, she messaged me the list and the price and everything, and she told me what she had in stock available to ship. So not only did I placed 2 orders with her. Okay, I ordered the drone. I ordered the Flymore combo with the 2 batteries and the charging hub, and then separately I ordered another charging hub, 2 more batteries, props, her lens kits. You need to get, if you want to get the lens kits, understand something. Only one of them comes in a kit. I asked her that question directly, and hers are half as much as they are available on eBay. So I would highly recommend. I bought 2 of them, so I got 2 separate orders coming to me as far as that's concerned. Some of the other things, DJI has put out a series of tutorials out there, and if you haven't joined, please join my Avata 360 Facebook group, because I am posting everything I see that's relevant and good out there, and it won't steer you wrong. So please make sure you join that group, because you'll get the latest up-to-date information. DJI has put out a tutorial on the Avata 360 on processing the video. What I think, it was good, but what's the best was Jevin Dovey. If you go out, he did one for the Osmo 360, but it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same processing that you need to do with it, and he shows how to do keyframing, and it really is very easy. It's not hard at all. The thing that you have to remember, it's time consuming. It's a little tedious. You want your videos to come out right, it's going to take some time, but it's not easy. I mean, it's as easy as working with DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, your editor of choice. Okay, it's really not hard to do that. As far as the drone is concerned, okay, one of the things, number one, right away, and I'm not sure, a lot of people didn't know this, okay, because I had somebody ask me, does it have an SD card? I said, no, it has internal storage, okay, so you don't have to worry about an SD card. Right away, that came up. The other one, you talked about noise, and that was something that I had heard as well, too, from several people out there, that the noise was really kind of a factor with that. All in all, everything that I have seen and heard as far as the tracking is concerned, I think Sean from Air Photography said it best. Said it's the best tracking that they have had on a drone yet. It stays with the subject. It doesn't deviate. It doesn't move. He says really, he tried to break it and it doesn't break. So the lock. So he was real impressed with that. Go ahead, Marcus.
Well, Bill, I just got one question for you, and this is what I face as well, and that's why I was calling it a niche product. Like you said, the tracking appears to be second to none. How often will you, me, Johnny, Mike, and Ron use it?
The tracking, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what? I don't ride a bike. All right.
Yeah.
Am I going to track my driving in my truck? No, I'm not going to do that. So
But you might one time, but you'll do it for fun, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll do it. I'll track
yeah,
myself walking around the loop in my neighborhood. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be about it, just to test it out. Okay. As far as Evelyn is concerned, everything these guys said is true about her. Understand that most of these places that we're buying them from, and I'm going to include on eBay. They're just like Evelyn. Okay. They have almost no margin. So, don't haggle over price over something like this. Okay. Now, she did tell me, she said, if you wait a month or two, she said these prices are going to drop because she'll get more inventory in from DJI, and her margins will be different as well too, as far as that's concerned. So, I see your point. I see your point, Ron.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know how much cheaper than 379 or 369 that those guys got. I don't know how much cheaper you can get than that, but
yeah, she said as far as like the Fly More combo, she said it'll probably drop down at least maybe $75 to $100.
Yeah, the high
Bill.
combos will drop. Yeah.
Hey Bill, Rod,
yeah.
Rod might save enough money to buy us lunch in Florida.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, the McDonald's is right across the street.
That's right.
I'll take it a fillet of fish, man.
It's
They got fish
right
out
there. It's right there. But all in all,
Hey, Bill, but before you go on, I don't know if this is a correction. Maybe I heard wrong. The Avata 360, it has internal memory like 40 odd gig, but that's not near enough for the massive 360 files. It does take a memory card up to 512 gig.
Okay. That's good. I'm glad.
And you want one just internal memory in the 360 because these files, Bill, compared to a 4K 60, these files are going to be massive, Bill.
Yeah, so you're going to need to get that 512 card, and you need to go out and how you check the specs on that. Just to let you guys know, sign on to say DJI Canada or DJI Singapore or whatever. Go to the Avata 360 page and find the specs, and it'll list those SD cards. And I can't emphasize this enough because I've had one of the questions I get every single week, what kind of SD card should I get? And what I do is automatically I'll send them back the link to that product page and tell them you need to follow what DJI tells you, okay? Just because your buddies had a good experience with it doesn't mean that you're going to, okay? They must have gotten lucky because a lot of times, some of these off-brand cards are not going to work. They need to be a certain speed. They need to have all the latest as far as that's concerned. So make sure that you go out there, follow, go onto the product specification page and get that SD card out there that's specific for that. Now, I also bought additional props as well too. She had
Bill,
those
before you move on from
available.
I'm going to cut you off. Before you move on from SD cards, did you see Brad's comment here? And Richard's been telling us the same thing. SD cards are getting very expensive nowadays, Bill.
Yeah, they are. They've gone up in price, and a lot of that's due to for example, right now, if you go out there to try to find RAM for your computer or for your laptop, it is doubled, tripled, and sometimes quadrupled in price right now. And that's because a lot of these components are made over in China, from what my understanding is.
You should see the fab they're building just down the road from me here. Micron is building a huge new fab for more RAM.
Yeah. So it's help is going to be coming, but it's going to be a while. So you kind of got to look the other way when you're buying this. And so with the SD cards too, like if more often than not, SanDisk or Lexar are a lot of the ones of choice for DJI. But be prepared. And the best place you're going to go and try to find them is going to be out on Amazon, okay? Because I went out there, I bought some Lexars off of eBay, an eBay seller. They sent me the wrong cards, and it was a nightmare to try to get that rectified. I finally got my money back, but it was a real joke. So all in all,
well, I just wanted to mention while you were on Amazon, Bill, I've had, you're gonna laugh, but I've had really good experience with Amazon house branded micro SD cards.
Somebody else said that today, Marcus.
Yeah, they're fast.
That's really good to know. And I got to say this, out of all the reviews that I've watched, and I probably watched, I'm going to say maybe 10, 12 reviews, by far and away, the best I thought was Sean from Air Photography. Because, and I'll say this, Sean, if you're watching, you do yourself justice every single time, because you get to the point, you don't have any fluff, you're right there, you tell us exactly what we need to know each and every time. And then you go over things and you explain things very simply, very straightforward, very basic. So kudos to you again. It was by far it was the best, because I've watched a lot of them. One of the other things that I wanted to say too is I'm real surprised at who did not get the Avata 360. Russ from 51 Drones. Billy, Ken, Rick Smith. None of them had the Avata 360. You know, and I don't know if Ken and Billy, because I know Billy hasn't put out a video in over a year. I went out to a site, and I think Ken was opening up a second photography business, I think, in Orlando, last I heard. So, you know, these guys are super busy with their businesses, so I'm not sure how much they're devoting to YouTube anymore. But it was kind of a mystery why Russ.
The last drone Billy seen the review was the Mavic 4 Pro.
Yeah. Well, and the Russ and 51 drones, I was real surprised because he got the anti-gravity.
Anti-gravity. He was a big fan of the anti-gravity.
They didn't send one to Idaho quadcopter either. What the heck?
So all in all, you know, I'm excited for it. You know, one of the things that I suggest for people to do is to get out to DJI Studio, poke around, get familiar with it. I think they might have some examples out there to use to practice on. So go out there and try to do that, because when you get yourself familiarized with it, it's going to really open up a lot of opportunities and windows. For example, if you go out there and let's say you film a 10-minute flight, whatever, all right, you can end up potentially doing 5, 6, 7, 8 videos from that one flight, and you won't have to film anything else because of the way you process it in DJI Studio. And like I said, it really is straightforward. It's just you gotta. It takes time. That's exactly what it is.
Hey, Bill, Coach 7706 has a question for us. Does Amazon have the Avata 360?
No, they're not. They're currently showing not in stock. Currently unavailable is what it shows out there. They said it was going to be as of 8 a.m. Eastern time this morning. It was not, and it's been the same all day today. So
yeah, I'm looking right now. It's not up there at all.
Yeah, so for those of you that were hoping Amazon's not going to have it, that's a no. If you want to get it right now, order from Evelyn. Okay, she's the only one that has them in stock right now. You go out to eBay. Every seller on eBay that I found says April the 10th is what you're gonna get from them. Now I ordered mine early enough. Mine shipped I think on Saturday. So there's a possibility, crossing fingers, I may get it before the meetup. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
Evelyn is right there in Shenzhen, too. So
right.
She has, I think, access that others may not.
Right. And I think that's a good point, Marcus. Yeah. I think people in China, like dealers in China, probably get them. But again, remember, Evelyn's using, she's not charging for shipping. She's using China Post. And China Post is very slow, okay? And it's just because it's the way they run things over there. And it's nothing to do with her. That's just the way things are. And then as Johnny's right, once it hits the United States, it gets into the hands of USPS. And then you can really kind of track it there. She will tell you, if you ask her, she'll go out and tell you where your package is at every day. In fact, she will send me screenshots every day when that status has changed. I don't even ask her, and she doesn't. She's gold, guys, and we need to help her out as much as we can.
Hey, we got another question, chat, from Dr. JAA. He says, I wonder if the real flying experience, like you're really flying on the Avata 360, can come close to that of the anti-gravity. That's a good question.
Ron, you posted a comparison. I didn't watch the video. Did he have anything in there about that?
Well, he didn't really go on about that flight experience. You know how a lot of people, you see a lot in the anti-gravity things about how the experience it was like you were at the bird fly along. He wasn't too much into the goggles and stuff. Like he wasn't really a goggle guy, so he didn't go into that part of it. So, by everything I've heard, if you use DJI goggles or whatever, you're going to have a similar, experience to the anti-gravity as far as you're kind of in there and you can look around and see everything. And the drone's not even moving. You can look around and see everything. The drone's just sitting there. So I think it has the same type of experience with the goggles, but I can't say if one's better than the other. So yeah, I can't really answer that question for you because I haven't looked through the goggles with either drone. So yeah, and nobody's really talked about that, in great detail on the, in reviews. So, all righty. So here's what Brad Henderson saying. I thought April 9th is when it went on sale worldwide. And if now I've heard that date a whole bunch of times too, Brad. If that is the real date, then I suspect that's the date that'll be available on Amazon. Because I've heard that date over and over again. So I can't explain how Evelyn's shipping the product out if that is the real date, but you've heard it, you've heard people's experiences here. So, somebody said Best Buy is a pre-order.
Jim's droning. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, now,
I didn't go to the Best Buy site today.
Now, what I heard was, and again, this is from all the eBay sellers out there. They told me it will be available to ship April the 10th, not April the 9th. It'll be available to ship April the 10th, just to let you guys know. All right. And I must have asked over a dozen eBay sellers from Japan and China. And I also dropped another link for Evelyn in the chat so people can have that. And you contact her by Facebook Messenger. You tell her what you want, and she will come up with a price. She'll send you a PayPal invoice. And remember, it's 4% over to help her, so she doesn't have to absorb that fee and do that. And she also, depends on how much you order, it's free shipping. So.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. So, okay, I'll go. I watched a whole bunch of. I think I watched every video ever made about the Avata 360 on YouTube. I'm just joking, but I watched a lot. I watched a lot to the point where I could do the review of the video without even having the drone. I watched so many videos. I mean, I think it's impressive. It has a lot of things in there that I think are amazing. Marcus talked about the free track, but there's a lot of little stuff in there that really seems like like they're pushing the envelope on the tech and everything. So I was quite impressed by everything I saw. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of cons, but I mean a lot of cons don't apply to everybody. Like I don't care that if it ever has acro or whatever. I mean, it's just me or whatever. I understand that's a deal killer for a lot of people. Doesn't have acro, they're not buying drone. But for me, I don't care if it ever gets it, whatever. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that are cons that I don't care about. But that's again, everybody's different things or whatever. I understand acro is very important to some people. Noise levels are very important to some people, whatever. I'm not going to buy it just because it's noisy. I know I've had the Avata 1 too, so I can put up with the noise there, whatever. So so I definitely, it's one of those things. The only thing that holds back is the if you buy this drone, you're going to have to learn some reformatting. And I know some people have shown little videos. They make it real easy. But I know this changes the way you edit changes constantly. But in my early days of 360 editing, I would take a 5-minute video and I would have wanted parts in the middle of the video, but I didn't necessarily want the beginning end. And to chop those parts off and get to the part you just want to edit it would frustrate me even no end that I'd spend an hour and I wouldn't get anything done because I could never figure out how to chop that off and not lose anything. And I know it's got easier. Sometimes it's easier in the phone than it's computer, but I know some people need it on the computer because they want to put it into a bigger editing in another video and they want to edit it out. I just got down to the point where I just do it in the phone and my 360 videos are just 360. I'm not trying to put them into a regular timeline, but that's just me. I never dedicated myself to learning editing 360 video. I did not get down and do it every day where I became proficient and good at it. All I know is for me, it's not something I can just pick up and look at once or twice and put out a finished video. So when this drone does reach the hands of regular people, not influencers or reviewers, I'm be anxious to see for people, especially who have never edited 360 video, what their first videos are going to look like. That's what I'm looking forward to more than I am seeing the drone fly around. I suspect, and I talked about this, Richard, it's probably too early to say this, but our friend Richard already canceled his order after watching all the videos. I suspect there's going to be a lot of buyer's remorse out there where people are going to get this drone.
On that subject, Ron, I want to put a comment up.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I got the wrong one here. So what he's saying is shooting gaps with the Avata 1 and Avata 2. The Avata 360 is not what the Avata 1 and the Avata 2 are. In fact, it's a shame that they use that same name because that's what I'm afraid of is people are going to buy it. thinking that it's going to fly like the earlier Avatas, and it's not. It doesn't do real acro. It does acro within the software. You can't fly
Easy
it in
acro.
acro mode. It is a bird of a different feather. It's not. It is not what the Avata 1 and 2 are. So
And it's bigger, wide than the Avata 1 or 2, so it's going to not fit
bigger,
gaps
right?
as good as the earlier Avata drone. So that's a good point.
Exactly, Marcus. And even the single lens mode, it will not do any of the flight modes.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what? There's probably really well. I mean, guys always push the envelope, but you know what? There's probably no need to even try to. Well, you can try it, fly the way you want as your drone, but you know, get the Avata 2 or get the FPV drone. But man, you know what? Just like Marcus said, that when you do what they call an easy acro or it's doing a roll, it's just a camera. You know, so it's I mean, you're gonna get the same effect. I guess you could fly it, but
they should have named it something different. They should have named.
Marcus, you're right. They kind of misnamed the Flip, and now maybe they misnamed the Avata.
I think so. Yeah.
But well, anti-gravity was already taken, so they couldn't use that.
Well, A1 or whatever. Yeah. And another thing people talk about is low light. Now, I know Captain Drone put a video out where he flew around his neighborhood and looked pretty good, but most of the big channels say it's not good in low light. That if you're looking for a low light drone, this isn't it. Bill's back.
Well, I'm sorry, Ron.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That you're looking for, this isn't it. So that's another, if that's true about not being good at low light, that's another con, because we know one of the first questions anybody asks about a new drone is, how good is it in low light? You hear that. I mean, you get sick of hearing that question being asked.
What's the point of a 360 drone in low light, though? Even, you know what I mean? That just on its face doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, but you're right, Ron. You're right. That's what the first thing people will ask about is low light.
You know,
I mean,
I want to say this about the acro mode and all that, and people asking about that. Okay, I think, I don't know if Johnny or somebody said they misnamed this drone, and they did. Okay, it should not. They should have taken the word Avata out of this. Okay,
right.
Completely.
I agree.
Because it confuses you as far as FPV drones are concerned. That's the first thing I want to say. Second thing is this. Okay, DJI is phenomenal with what they can do with a drone. Okay, understand what the purpose of this drone is. Okay, all right. It is a 360 drone. It records 360 video. It has a single lens, but its primary focus and mission is to record 360 video. Okay, and if you think if you think outside that box, you're going to be disappointed. You will probably want to get a Mini 5 Pro or an Air 3S or a Mavic 4 Pro if you want to shoot real, honest to goodness video. If you're looking to do 360 and have a whole lot of fun with it, this is going to be right for you. The other thing is, because it only really has 15 minutes, all right, I think I made a wise decision. I'm going to have probably, I think I'll have a total of 6 batteries with it, which, if I'm out there flying and getting a lot of footage, okay, that's going to be good. So the more batteries, the better as far as that's concerned. So
Bill, if you get footage of all 6 batteries, you may not get done editing that for a year.
I may be locking myself in the den, and Valerie will be slipping me a food tray in front of me and all that kind of good stuff.
But Bill, you won't be able to fly a drone until you actually retire, and you have all day to dedicate to this.
Yeah, fortunately, that'll be coming up sooner rather than later. So, yeah.
Hey, Bill, let me ask you this question for a moment. Okay, we talked about the DJI Avata, being 360 being a lot cheaper than the A1 and everything, and it is. But Bill, what would your advice be to somebody not like us and the people in the chat that have every DJI drone and goggle and controller? But what if you've never owned a drone before, and or if you're only on the drone, some kind of a Walmart toy drone? Okay, what would you recommend those people kit would you get if you didn't have any DJI gear in your house at all? How would you go about buying this drone, Bill?
What I would do is I'd recommend a Mini 5 Pro. Okay, because the price on that right now is insane. I mean, it's like for what
$759. $759.
Okay, you can't. beat that deal. And you can't, that drone does everything. I mean, it really has obstacle avoidance. It has tracking on it. It has that great sensor on it, vertical video on it. It does everything. It holds itself well in the wind as far as that's concerned. It tracks extremely well. It works with the RC Pro 2. I mean, it's a jack of all trades. It really is. It's the jackknife, I think, of DJI drones. It does everything, and it's well under $1,000. I mean, you can't beat that. So if you're new, or if, like Ron said, you've had a Walmart drone and you want to really get a real drone, that would be the drone to get. Okay, don't even think about the Avata 360 until maybe you've had some experience with the Mini 5 Pro. But that's the drone to get. You will not be disappointed with that. I guarantee you that.
Hey, Ron. So while we're on the subject of beginners with drones, I watched a fantastic video today from a fellow that was down by Monterey Bay in California. He had a brand new to drones. Went to the store, bought a Mini 4K with the RCN2 controller, I think is what it comes with, or RC. Yeah. Anyway, and he goes out to the beach. This guy was real conscientious. He looked all over. This was a state park beach. He looked for no drone signs. He said, "Hey, I looked on the app. They said this was a good fly spot, right?" And his idea was, well, if it was illegal to fly there, the app would not let him take off. Well, not the case. He was right.
That used to be true.
Used to be true. But here's let me follow through with where I'm going here. So this guy was conscientious. He wasn't just trying to go out there and cowboy, and all he did was fly up and down the beach and stuff. But he was in the middle of Class C airspace, and there was a Navy officers training school a few blocks away from where he was at. They identified his drone in the air and sent the I don't know what they call them in the Navy, not MPs, whatever they call their police in the Navy.
Shore Patrol.
Shore Patrol. Yeah, okay. And they came and they met him at the parking lot. They detained him. He showed him all of his footage, explained everything. He goes, "Man, I wasn't trying to do anything over at the Navy. I was just trying to get some shots." They confiscated his drone.
Oh, wow.
He was there for like 3 hours. But my point is this. This is somebody that would have followed the rules had he known. Had he known what the rules are, he would have followed them. But he just went to the store and bought a drone. And there's nothing that tells him to go to the DJI drone zone, to take the trust test, to get before you fly apps so you can see where you're in Class G airspace at. The guy would have, he was in the right spirit. He was trying to do the right thing, but he had, there was no way he could know that. There was nothing, nobody gave him any kind of education, any kind of something on the box or at the store saying, "Hey, do this first." Anyway, it's an interesting story.
Wow.
It's what we've been preaching for a long time, that people can just buy a drone on Amazon. They don't know. Right?
Yeah.
They don't know what they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
Yeah. Anyway, so you were talking about beginner drones. That's why I wanted to bring that up.
Did you have any thoughts on, again, buying like the Avata 360 if you don't have any other drones, or
if you don't have another drone, it depends on your level of where you want to start. But I'm with Bill. The Mini 5 Pro, if you've got the money, that's a great place to start. If you want to start a little further down the line, Ron, you mentioned the Mini 3 was on sale, or
$299 last week.
Yeah, even that Mini 4K is around a little over $200. It's not a bad place to start.
$209. Yeah. So, because again, the Avata 360s, it's a cheap drone for us because we have all the gear, but it's not. It's $1,000 drone if you don't have any gear.
And they're going to have a pretty steep learning curve, as you said, particularly with editing, right? Where they're going to get all this footage, and what are they going to do with it? Yeah.
I guess if you've never edited a video before you start with 360, it wouldn't be as bad because you wouldn't have all the preconceived notions you had of how to order video.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this drone for a lot. And for anybody that hasn't got to see it, I'm going to show you the little DJI teaser here. Now I'm going to turn the music down because the music usually what gets you in trouble here. But here, maybe we can get it going here. There's that little 360 drone. Well, not little. It's 450 grams or something. But okay, here now it's going to track these guys skiing down the mountains there, doing a little tiny. They call that Tiny Planet. And they say the drone's pretty fast. I believe it's faster than the Avata too. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think I heard somebody say that. Here, you look, you clip leaves, you clip Marcus's ghost branches, and keep on going.
Yeah.
And there's somebody with the goggles N3 and the Motion 3. And this has unlike the Avata 2, this has 360 optical avoidance, but only if you're flying in 360 mode. If you go the single lens mode, you only have front facing obstacle detection. And of course, this has LiDAR if you do want to fly at night. And there's some more of your flips, probably your software flips. And now this is all reframed. He didn't do this in camera. He did this in his reframing. So you can do some, shooting gaps and stuff like that. And of course, with the 360 camera, you kind of want to get somewhat close to something because if you're flying 400 feet up or whatever, you're going to look like you're in an airplane because of those wide angle lenses. So you kind of want to get somewhat close to what your intended subject may be.
Has anybody here used the goggles N3? I mean, I've never even seen them. Marcus, you haven't? Have you seen them?
Got goggles 3.
Yeah,
I've never seen them. Huh?
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
I haven't. I guess I'm sure somebody at the meetup will have them for something else too.
So yeah, so that was the DJI promo video that they released Thursday.
The goggles 3 are for poor folks, not you, Johnny. Not guys like you.
The goggles,
goggles N3.
The goggles N3. I mean, the goggles N3.
Well, the N3 would allow Johnny to wear his glasses under. So if you wear glasses, you could put the goggles N3 over top of your glasses. Where with the goggles 3, you would have to use I think they have like built-in diopters somehow. You'd have to,
I would just
and that probably wouldn't be as good as.
Use the Ray Neos, that's all. Just plug them into the RC2, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I heard from them, Johnny. They got a hold of me, wanted me to do a review.
Oh, really?
I said, well, good timing. I said, I already bought a pair and I already did a review.
Well, my granddaughter done took my pair away because she had them on all afternoon watching YouTube. So
yeah.
There you go. Okay, listen, we can get back to the 360 drone, but I want to go on to story number 2 because this is kind of a big one here. Leaks and rumors point to the April 20th release for the DJI Pocket 4 camera. DJI's rumored Pocket 4 is already showing up on store shelves. A Colombian retailer says it's still the new vlogging cam April 20th. That's bad English here. April 20th. And teasing post-show dozens of units before the DJI's even announced it. The Pocket 4 may already have a launch date as authorized Columbia dealer told a customer April 20th after teasing pre-sale pricing, specs like a 1-inch sensor, bigger battery, and a rotatable touchscreen. DJI hasn't confirmed this yet. So I have a little graphic to show you here of this Colombian story here. Let me see if I can get this on here. Let's see. Here we go. So you can see this guy has a whole bunch of these units here, and he kind of tagged his little thing there by that drone tech badge there, so we don't steal his picture. But of course, we've been hearing the rumor about the Pocket 4 for a long time now, probably almost as long as we have the Avata 360. So who knows how reliable these leaks are? Those pictures could be AI for all we know, but this is
I kind of think those pictures are AI, Ron, because if you look at the boxes completely on the right and completely on the left, they're bigger than the boxes in the middle. Take a look.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Even though
Of
you
course,
can see in
it
the
could
middle,
just be the way the photo is warped too in the editing. It could
that's
be
true.
anything, but yeah,
The boxes in the middle show like there's plastic wrap on them, but who
yeah,
knows?
I
Looks
see
like
that. I see
cards. It
that.
look like, well, I don't know. It does look like boxes, I guess.
Ron, you're in Florida. You could take a quick flight down to Columbia and maybe bring a few back. I'd buy one from you.
Okay, well, we'll see if we got a flight out tomorrow morning. I mean, again, I can't say this is credible, but it's what's going around here. Bill, you think there's any credibility to this story at all? I mean, we've heard the product's coming out in Q2, so the date's right.
The date's right. I mean, the one thing, April 20th is a Monday, and historically, DJI really hasn't launched products on a Monday, whether it was an in-person event or on via the web. It's very rare for them to do that. So
Right.
that day may be a little on the wonky side as far as that's concerned. But I believe the timing's probably going to be that week. I'm thinking if they're going to do something, but I don't see it's going to be. I don't see it happening like on a Monday. I really don't. I see that's going to happen like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of a thing.
And you see the pictures; they're all showing the single lens one. We've seen a Pocket Pro in leaks of stuff over the last probably 6 months, but that sort of disappeared lately. That Pocket Pro with the two cameras, like probably a wide angle and a zoom. And the interesting thing is that we see just as many leaked photos of an Insta360 Pocket camera that does have two cameras on it, probably a zoom and a wide angle. So this would be a product, guys, that I probably wouldn't jump on right away anyways, because I want to see what's going on with the pro versions of not only this camera, but Insta360's entry into the, the Pocket space too, especially being that now, I mean, Insta360, you would maybe tend to get that anyways over a DJI camera like this now, because Insta360 is going to be sold and serviced to U.S. customers directly.
Ron, I think we're probably going to see, we'll see that Insta360 version of the Pocket come out sooner than this. I think there's some healthy competition going on between them because of DJI filing a lawsuit against Insta360. So I think Insta360 is going to beat them to the punch, and I think they'll get theirs out. And I think it's really going to be, DJI might have some serious competition here as far as the Pocket camera is concerned.
Ron, at what point can they still call it a Pocket camera?
Yeah, we don't know how much bigger this is than the current one, just in these pictures. But definitely one with two lenses would be probably not a Pocket anymore.
Yeah.
Well, one we call them a mini drone anymore once they start weighing over 250 grams. Everything, unfortunately, is getting bigger.
Yeah.
Avata 360 is getting bigger than Avata 1 2. Our products have grown, Mark, is not shrinking. And I think that's all to accommodate bigger, better cameras, right? I mean, would you rather have a Pocket camera that takes so video, or a camera doesn't fit in your pocket and takes real good video?
Well, Ron, looking at your channel, you've proven to us how good the Pocket 3 is. So,
yeah, and I find myself like I didn't bring it to Florida with me because, I'm trying to cut down on things I'm bringing. And the action cameras are so good now and more compact, easier to travel with. It didn't even come down with me. But also, I didn't bring my 360 camera either, just because it's a great camera, but I can't edit and post things quickly from it because of the workflow from the editing thing. So, put this way, Marcus, there almost are no bad cameras anymore. All these new cameras, all these new, like, you go on about the Avata 360 video quality, how it compares to other drones, but it looks good. But they all look good. Whether you have the Avata 360, the Avata 2, the Mini 5 Pro, the Mavic 4 Pro, the Neo 2, they all look good. I mean, how many bad cameras have there been from DJI or, they're the only ones making.
Okay, you just brought up something really important that I don't want to lose, Ron. Okay, we're all worried about, what drones are we going to get in the United States, and will there be a company that'll produce a nice drone for us? But the point of it is, and that's the magic of DJI, it's not just the drone and how the drone flies and what it'll do. It's the camera that they put on the front of that drone. And you know, what company is going to be able to catch up to the camera technology that DJI has, the gimbal technology, you know, let alone the drone? That's the frustrating thing for us.
Yeah, I mean, you know, of course, anti-gravity A1, it seems to be that the video's better coming out of the Avata 360. But I mean, if you pixel peep, it is. But I mean, basically, you know, anti-gravity, whatever's the pricing, whatever else is wrong with drone, the video looks good. You know, it's not that the video looks good, but that's because the camera company, Insta360, made it. When a camera company's not involved with a new drone, that's where they struggle.
And that's, well, I mean, that's kind of the point, is that it's a whole ecosystem that has to come together, not just a company that can build a drone.
Okay, one more quick hitter, because we covered story 4 already about the official DJI store and Amazon not having the drones available. Number 3, though, story, the Falcon Mini, better known as the V-Copter Mini, it is now 34% off on Amazon right now. So you can pick that little drone up for a cool $249. I know, Johnny, you know, you've got the replacement one, and a lot of people got ones that didn't fly too good, but yours is working pretty good, right, Johnny?
Yeah. I flew it Saturday, actually. Yeah. Haven't had any.
I'm just telling you, be afraid. Be very afraid. It's not worth $250. They'd have to give it away. I
mean, Marcus Alvin got some bad ones, and that's the problem with
3 in a row.
These budget drones.
Flyaway. Yeah.
But you had 5 FEMI something. You had one FEMI drone. You had 5 in a row before you had a good one, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, whatever. Pay your money, take your chances, I guess. I'm just telling you, if I lose 3 of them, I'd say there's a problem with that drone.
Johnny, at $249 is not a bad buy, though, right?
Yeah, you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I haven't had a lot of trouble with the drone, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, I wouldn't try to fly it from here to, it's just a fun drone. Is different now. You know, they didn't, and I will say that the big V-Copter is still hands down. They did a great job on that. Of course, that thing is old now, but I think they had a chance. They had an opportunity, to really have a little market there. And I don't know. I don't know. I think it was when they replaced them, they did definitely. It's 2 different versions. There's 2 different versions of cameras on there, or at least camera software. So they had a problem doing replacement. I guess maybe
for $199, you can buy a Spectre Mini that actually works and has way more features. There's no features on that V-Copter. If you just want something that looks cool, that's only flying with 2, maybe if it doesn't fly away on you or fall out of the sky, or if you can even fire it up to begin with, you'll be all right, I guess. But they're just for the money. There's way better choices.
I think what they did, to be honest with you, I think they rushed it to production, and I think that's where they ended up kicking themselves in the can. Because I mean, with Marcus, when you have one that's bad, okay, maybe I'll try a second one, but then when you hit 3 and it's like that, no, there's a problem. Okay. And there's a problem with their production process. And with something like that, you just need to just say no is the answer to that.
Yeah. Mike, how's your V-Copter Falcon Mini doing these days?
I'm sorry.
Mike, how's your Falcon Mini?
2 months. I flew it when it came out with the second version, for a week or 2, but I haven't flown since. It's probably a mistake buying it.
Joe Nick's talking about the quality control on it.
Yep.
Make sure it's in the shade when you take off, because if it's got direct sunlight on it, you can have difficulties. No, I'm not kidding. It's not a joke.
They say the black one solves that problem.
Black one solves that problem.
You get the black one.
It's why the yellow one's for sale. Yeah.
So anyhow, well, I put the official DroneNation link in there if anybody wants to go out and purchase a whole bunch of Falcon Falcon Minis. We don't expect to make any much money, do we, Marcus?
Yeah, no, yeah. Try the Sky Rover, S1. That
Man,
does a lot
we don't have
of got obstacle avoidance tracking, all kinds of cool stuff.
we don't have the link for that, unfortunately. So, but let's
Yeah.
get off the Falcon Mini. You know, it draws it's a very controversial drone around here. But so let's get back to the the Avata 360. So the guys have ordered from Evelyn, which is everybody here. Do you think there's any chance they have the drone by the meetup? Because tomorrow, I believe, is the 1st of April, and the meetup's on the 11th. So by tomorrow, we only have 11 days left for the meetup.
Well, I can tell you this, Ron. When I ordered this little Neo right here, Neo 2, it took maybe a little over a week from the time I ordered it till I had it in my hand. It wasn't long.
You got that quick, Marcus. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, mine took. I mean, I've gotten 2 orders from Evelyn. One took 10 days, the other took 9 days. So I suspect it's probably going to be in that 9 to 10 day range for me because I'm all the way. You know, Marcus is closer to the West Coast, so I expect for something like that. Now, mine will come through Miami, all right, because it has to go through customs in Miami. But there's never any problem that Evelyn doesn't have any problems with that. And just to let everybody know, because I saw several people asked in the chat, there's no tariffs, there's no additional fees, no nothing with that. Okay, you're good as far as that's concerned. So, and then when it hits the United States, it gets into the hands of USPS, and you could track it better at that point in time.
Yeah, mine came from Chicago, the last delivery I had from her. So, but it got here fairly. I don't know. It's going to be close because I pull out a week from Tuesday. Well, a week from tomorrow. So I would have to get here Monday. So I don't know. It'll be real close. But it doesn't. I mean, if it comes in Monday, I probably wouldn't even bring it in and food with it and all. Got too much to worry about getting all the stuff to the meetup.
A new drone. You want to spend a day with it by yourself where you can get to know it. Yeah.
Absolutely,
yeah. I think it would behoove every one of us. I'm hopeful of getting it before just to be able to say that I got it. But I'm gonna, it's not coming to the meetup with me. I can guarantee you that. And I'm not going to rush to try to get some footage out unless I get it like 4 or 5 days earlier. Okay, which is fine, and I can have time to do that. But I'm not going to rush this. I want to understand how to process the video in post and everything, and do the keyframing and get that done right. Because I don't want, that's one of the things, and I think all of us can say that is that when we go out there and we put something out on YouTube, okay, we just don't throw it up and let it hit the wall and say, here it is. That's the best you're going to get. No, we take time. We go out there, we edit it, we make sure it looks good for everybody because I want, I want to show off a quality product, my quality video editing product, and not like everybody else does, and not, and take your time. And that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm taking my time. I'm not going to rush this.
Right. I'd rather see somebody out there.
Go ahead.
Somebody will have one.
Bill,
I'm not going to bring mine if I get it because Mark Fisher is going to be hanging out, so he might want to fly it. So no, it'll be real close. I'm hoping that somebody. I don't know if anybody will have it there, but it'll be interesting. It'll be a fun.
Rick said he'll pick yours up.
Yeah, don't worry. Rick said
if it does come in when I leave, Rick can just swing by here and pick it up. Yeah. Or Captain Joe will be hanging out on my porch. That's what's going to happen.
There you go.
No, look at Barkley. I made a special droney today from the strawberry patch for Barkley. And then I made a short of it, and he goes, "I thought that was just for me." I said, "Well, I lied." The anti-gravity will be at the meetup. Yeah, I can't wait.
The fellas that does the anti-gravity, so maybe he'll speak to those goggles. Because I see a couple of viewers say the goggles. I think Mike changed his channel name to his real name, the guy over in Europe. But I think he said the anti-gravity goggles are the best goggles he's ever looked through.
Right.
And they're even their what do you call it? The build quality is even better on the
You know, one thing I
anti-gravity
want to say
goggles.
about anti-gravity, and this is just, I'm just conjecturing and spitballing, and this is just flying off the seat of my pants. I think what they're going to do to try to maybe steal some sales from DJI is they're going to come up with a regular controller, not just goggles, because it's limiting. I know, you know, I know Marcus doesn't do it. I don't do it. There's a lot of people out there who are very spatially challenged and can't do the goggles. And I think in order to get more of that market, they're going to put out a regular controller for that. I just had that. That's just, I'm just spitballing and throwing that up there. And because I think they'll grab some sales that way.
Bill, they better do it fast.
Oh yeah, I agree.
DD Fellow said the OLED pancake lenses. And I love pancakes.
Well, I actually saw the video on how to replace the lenses. It's super easy. And what DJI gives you, they give you a little kit. It's this lens holder. It's like a little suction cup vacuum kind of a thing in order to lift it out and put the new one in and everything. It's seamless. It's super easy to do that.
DD says the regular controller is coming in April. Well, here we're always in that situation. Something's coming a month. April's 2 hours away in Florida, right, Bill?
It'd be tomorrow's the 31st, Ron. So
I lost a day. So anyhow, you get my point. April's coming quick. April's going to be here.
It's right around. It's knocking on the door. We're almost there as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
Well, I got confused. Just to let you guys know, this was hilarious. Okay, and I know our good friend Bob Dempsey can commiserate with this. Okay, they posted yesterday, and I'm out there, and I seriously thought, since it was so close to April Fool's, it was a joke, okay? It said the Vegas Golden Knights fired their coach and hired John Tortorella. I go, this has to be an April Fool's joke because they're 8 games out from the playoffs. Vegas has already made play. No, it's true. They fired their head coach with 8 games left in the season, okay?
Wow.
Unbelievable. I'm like, this has to be an April Fool's joke. No, it's for real. It's the real thing, so.
We talked about that a lot, Mark. If you come in late, you're just going to miss stuff. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Mark Fisher is not. It's not only in Amazon, but we have the DroneNation affiliate link down in the subject. So go down and click on that link and buy a whole bunch of them, Mark. Did you see somebody's comment, Mark? As they said the VCOP is being given away to Meetup. Watch them call your number when that comes up. You're going to win the VCOPter.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Oh, and look, Brad Arrows is saying Steve from the UK is coming for a meetup in Canada in September. You should come and meet him if you can. That's Steve Gardner then, right, Marcus?
Yeah, Steve Gardner must be. I did. Yeah, I haven't heard about that, but that, sounds like fun.
Wow. Steve's going to be he's the international man, right?
Yeah, he is.
The US, Canada. Yeah. So,
Gary says he might even let me know.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Gary. Just for that, Gary.
You're gonna give the man a free VCOPter.
No, I'm gonna put on my I Heart Canada.
There you go. The
Marco.
That's for special occasions.
Don't say anything about the Marco. He's listening.
He's lurking.
So I think the Marco's lurking. Here's the big question. Did the Marco order the Avata 360? Does anybody know?
I don't think so. No.
I can't imagine.
Hey, how many people in the chat? Raise your hand. Raise your hand in the chat if you've ordered the Avata 360. Say I ordered it in the chat. Let's see how many people in here have ordered that little drone.
The Marco said no.
So Gary Foster, he just goes on to DJI's website and orders it. He doesn't have to jump through the hoops that we do. Good on you,
Okay,
Gary.
that's a good question. Yeah. Okay, that's Gary. If you live in Canada and you go on the website and order, what was the process? Was it pre-order? Do you know when you're getting it? Do you know when it's going to ship? Yeah, what that's what I want to know. Bill, do you know this at all? What happens if you're in another country and you order officially from DJI's website? What does it tell you there?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Now, it blocks it. So if you try, for example, if you have Canada set right now, that's what I have, so I can get information on drones. Okay. But if you go to try to order that, it'll block the order. It won't let you, the website will not let you do that. Okay.
Right. But of course, if you live in Canada, you would order just like we did in the old days. Bob Dempsey's got an update in the night. Good night, folks. Game time. A new era in Vegas. So this is the first game of the new coach on, Bill.
Yeah, Tortorella. If you guys follow hockey at all, okay, John Tortorella is one of the most well-traveled coaches in the history of the National Hockey League, okay? And this is a guy, he has thrown water bottles at fans. He's gotten into physical fights with players on the bench. The guy is he's phenomenal as far as that's concerned. He's a good coach beyond that, but he has a temper and he has an extremely short fuse.
So he's a loose cannon, huh?
A loose cannon, to say the least.
He's the Bobby Knight of hockey. Is that what he?
Oh yeah, that exactly, Johnny. That's probably the best description of him. He is a loose cannon. I'll tell you that.
But Jim Jerome is reporting. Jim's in Canada. He said the Canadian website says it ships on the 9th.
The 9th.
So that date sounds correct, Bill. That 9th.
Okay.
For everybody but Evelyn Chan, she's the only one that ships before the 9th.
I'll be in Stuart, Florida on the 9th.
Oh.
Yep.
Drone only is sold, but you have to order. You can order both Flymark combos. If you were going to order a Flymark combo, guys, which Flymark combo would you get for the Avata 360, Johnny?
Well, I mean, I have the goggles. Well, I really wouldn't, because I have the goggles 3, and I don't really want the other goggles. So
and 3s.
And RC2 is every combo. It looks like RC2 with the combo. I guess they make one with a couple batteries, so that would be the one. I don't need another RC2. And then, so what about Ron? The RC2 Pro had an update, but it didn't include that as of yet. So I know people are saying
some people have speculated out there that it will come with an update, but all I'm saying is it's not here today. But all the stuff I told you earlier, date that today. It does not fly acro today. It does not work with the RC2 today. Doesn't mean it won't tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, realize something. We still got about, actually at a minimum, probably about 10 days before any of us would probably get that, or before it's quote unquote officially shipped out. So I don't think DJI is going to put a firmware update, if they intend to do that, until closer to that date. That's just
good point. Good point. Now, Oren said he ordered the 2-year insurance on it. And Bill, you talked about maybe using Assurian insurance if you ordered it from eBay or something, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that. You have that option. And also, too, you can go out to Assurian's website. Just because you can go out there and order it yourself. You have to show them your bill of sale. And as long as they have that, then you can go ahead and get covered. I don't know how much rates are, but it's reasonable. It's something to do. And then, of course, you can always go the route of State Farm and get your personal articles policy, which I've done. But I got to tell you this, okay? The agency that I deal with, it's a large agency, and it seems they have a very high turnover for some of the staff, because I emailed somebody and I didn't get an answer back for a week. So I called the office. Oh, they're no longer with us, okay? And it's like every single time they stick me with somebody, and I told the person at the office, I'm going to say, look, and I told them this. I said, either get me with somebody who's going to be there for a while, or I want to talk to the agent, okay, the lead agent here, all right? She hooked me up with somebody that's been there for years, and I said, good, that's exactly what I wanted, because I was getting bounced around. They would put me with the new person out there, and that new person would last 1 or 2 months, and then 3 months down the road, I need to make a change. Oh, they wouldn't answer my email for a week, and then finally find out they're no longer there. And I asked this question too, okay? Because I know on my job, when somebody's gone, what they do is they wipe that email off their database. So if you go to email them, it'll bounce back, all right? because
Oh.
I would send these emails and they wouldn't bounce back. So I told her, I said, look, you need to call State Farm up and you need to tell them, look, get this person off the rolls because, their email's still showing that they're active. So just my 2 cents.
Hey, guys, join me in congratulating Will Rock here. He's enjoying his brand new Mavic 4 Pro. Congrats on that drone. You're going to enjoy that one for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Rick.
well, hold on. Let me check Rick's comment out.
Hey, I got to get rolling, kids.
Already, we're about out of steam here. Thanks for all your thoughts tonight, Marcus, and we'll see you soon.
My pleasure. Maybe DeMarco can fill in for me till the end of the show.
Maybe you can.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, Marcus.
So Rick's saying, so you're telling us everybody quits after talking with you. Oh, yeah. Somehow it's Bill's fault they have a high turnover rate there. What's Mark Fisher saying here? The first Mavic Air was the nicest looking drone. I wish they stuck with that design. Well, maybe they'll bring it back someday, Mark.
The Marco's feeding his crew, he says.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Looking forward to meeting you in 11 days or something like that down the beach in South Florida. And the Marco, he's feeding the crew now. So yeah. Hey, you saw Maddie's in here tonight. I haven't seen Maddie in a while. I hope Maddie's doing well.
Maddie has been in here. He's always.
Hey, did you see when he first came in, Johnny? Did you see when he came in? His first question was, "Does the drone fly in acro or whatever?" Bill, remember we said that? That's one of the first questions anybody asks is the acro. And here we have one of the drone legends coming in the back room and kind of finish the game off here. He'll gonna take the 3-point shot to end the show tonight. There he is.
Oh no.
Marco.
Hey guys,
What's up, Marco?
I heard Marcus say that. Marcus practice just in it, so like we just got in. And when I got my crew here too, they're all hungry for some pizza that I'm giving them late at night. So I was jumping in and say hi. Sorry if I missed the show again. No, this is our last week of Monday practice. So I started, yes.
Well, at least you had pieces. So save a slice for me.
Pizza.
I'll be right over after the show, DeMarco.
Oh, come on. But hey, have fun at the meetup, everybody. Like, have fun, fly, do some range tests. Yes, Johnny, come on.
DeMarco, I heard there's a possibility you may slip in for just a day or whatever.
Yes. I'm the private jet. I'm taking it down.
Yeah.
I'm coming. They're all like, hurry up, Dad, hurry up. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Have fun at the meetup, everybody.
Good seeing you, Marco.
You too, guys. See you. Oh, Shell's here. Oh, bye, Shell.
We forgot to tell DeMarco he's doing the show the weekend of the meetup since we'll all be in travel on Monday. So DeMarco's doing the show by himself that night.
Yeah. Hey,
so,
put his butt to work.
You'll be free on Monday.
Yeah, we're getting near the end of the show here. I want to go around the panel one time before we end the show here and get our final thoughts on the the Avata 360, what we talked about, or the meetup, or whatever you want to say. But Mike, what you have any final thoughts on the 360 drone, the meetup, anything?
I'm anxious to see it. Be up, look forward to the meetup, meeting everybody. It'd be great again. And, again, a lot of the new people too as well coming in, and maybe someone will have the Avata 360 there, and I'd be anxious to fly one for them.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for all your input on your thoughts on the new drone. Johnny, what about you? You got wrap up thoughts on either the Avata 360, the meetup, anything like that?
Yeah, we just can't wait for the meetup. We got some. It's great to see everybody. Got a lot of new people coming, and that's exciting. That's what makes the drone community great. We got some new people in the last say year or so, and kind of interesting to meet some of those people, and that's going to be fun. But as far as the Avata 360, hey, you know what? watch some more reviews and check it out. And, when people start getting them, I think some real, I don't say real flyers. I mean, a lot of people that get them for the reviews, they might only fly them one time and do a review and never fly them again. I think a lot of us fly at some point. I almost fly at some point every day, but, just check it out and do what's best for you. But hey, we got some great drones, a great time of year. Get out there and fly. But no, thanks for having me on tonight.
I'm glad you can make it tonight, Johnny. Bill, what are your final thoughts on anything? The 360 drone, the meetup.
Thanks for having me on last Thursday during the release. That's always a lot of fun. We had a great time. I know Michael
always appreciate you coming and joining us.
We had a good time. A lot of great discussion on that. It's always exciting when a drone comes out, and I think and I think you can't be overstated enough that we're at the last legs here of seeing these releases, unless something happens with the court battle and all that stuff. So enjoy this, guys. That's one of the things that I want to say. If you're going to get it, get the drone, get plenty of batteries, because it only does 15 minutes. Have fun with it when you get it. But me personally, I'm looking forward to the meetup more than actually getting the Avata 360, because I'll tell you what, these drones are absolutely fantastic. But you know what's better? Having time and talking to all you guys, sharing stories, sharing some laughs, just being with people. And that's the name of the game. That's the whole reason we do what we do. And that's the whole reason Captain Ray is doing this too. Not so we can fly drones together. We can do that 365 days a year. The thing is to be able to spend time with each other and just see each other. And, there is a nice, strong bond in this community. We support each other, and kudos to Captain Ray and everyone else. I know Johnny's involved as well too in putting the meetup together. It's a tremendous effort. It's a tremendous thing. And just, if you can get a chance, get to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Thank you, Bill. And Bill, I know you got a show coming up tomorrow at 8 p.m. We'll probably continue some of this Avata 360 conversation.
We'll continue that. We'll talk about the Pocket 4 some as well too, and just go over some of the reviews out there. I'm planning on talking about several of those tomorrow night. So, plus you never know what Drone DJ and what Drone XL is going to put out overnight. So there may be something else to discuss tomorrow as well too. So,
and Johnny, you don't have a show this week, do you?
No show this week. The next show will be live from the hotel lobby on that Wednesday night.
Wow.
Who's ever there on Wednesday, well, they'll be the host. So they'll be the guest.
They'll be the guest.
Yeah. So whatever and Rick Williamson's going to be there. He's saying no, he's not going to be on, but he will be on, or he'll be locked up in the hotel. So Mike will be there, right? Mike, you going to be there Wednesday?
I'll be there Wednesday night. We check in.
So Mike's gonna be on for sure. I think Brad will be there. So,
yeah. Big cast that night. Yeah.
We'll just have fun and talk about the meetup or whatever. It'll be a real simple and just a fun show.
And I want to thank Glasgow there, Lag Glasgow, for something to show here. Appreciate it. And I saw they answered your question about the Mini 4K is a great little starter drone.
Absolutely.
A good price right now.
Yeah. I mean, we all worry about the fanciest. And look, I mean, personally, today I had the Air 3S out there and at the strawberry fields. And I'll tell you what, I don't have the Mavic 4, but man, the Air 3S is such a great drone. It's almost, if you only had one drone, that probably might be the drone to have. But it's fun. They're all fun. I don't care if you got the Mini 2, the original, and up to Mavic 4. Everything in between is really good. And we gripe about video and pictures and all. A lot of times we don't have to. So some great video from those drones.
Good comment, Johnny. And I haven't ordered the 360 drone just because I'm in Florida. I don't want to order and have it sit in my front porch for a week before I get back or whatever. So I'll just wait until I get back and get it because, you guys, even if somehow I could get to Florida here, I don't have that much time for the meetup because I want to go out and catch for video while I'm down here in Florida. I don't want to mess around, just learn a new drone or whatever. I can learn that. I can learn that in front of Lucy the elephant, down back home in Margate City. So I'm holding off on ordering. I think to me, from what I watched all the videos, I think it was a better drone than I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? It exceeded my expectations from the reviews I watched. So I was pleasantly surprised by all it could do, you know. So
That's a good point, Ron.
So anyhow, folks, I want to thank everybody who joined us tonight. You guys support the show. You make this show go. Without you guys, wouldn't be any show. That's not only supporting this show, but Bill's show, Johnny's show, Ray's show, anybody else's show. You know that I'm forgetting here, whatever. Thanks for supporting all the drone shows, and I hope to see a lot of you guys on the beach in Florida. Only about 12 days from now or something like that. I hope to shake everybody's hand down on the beach there. So we'll have a good time. We're going to lock in the good weather for that day. We had a bunch of rain. Bill, did you get all that rain yesterday over near side of the state? It rained like crazy here all day yesterday.
Yeah, we sure did. And got some today too. We had some today.
Yeah. It rained in the morning here today too. But it actually was clearing up a little bit as the sun was going down. So, but we're going to get all that bad weather out of the way. We're having a beautiful day there on the beach on Jensen Beach Causeway, April 11th. I didn't see Captain Ray in here tonight, but I'm sure he'll talk about it on his show.
Minutes. Yeah, he was here.
Okay. I'm sure he'll talk about it more on his show on Thursday night. So good night, folks. Everybody take care. If you order the 360, good luck getting it in, shipped to you on time or whatever. And Uncle Bill just dropped by. Hi, Uncle Bill. He said long range weather forecast is good for Jensen Beach. And don't forget to say hello to Uncle Bill at the Sticks Bar and Pool Room and Bowling Alley the night before the meetup. Good night.
Hi, guys.
Good night, guys.